beautiful people. It is I, your sister from another Mr. Thick Chick Vlogs. And girl, I know y'all probably saying to yourself, bitch, didn't you just do a video yesterday? Yes, sir, ma'am. Yeah, yes, sir, ma'am. My motherfucker did a video yesterday. But girl, I'm feeling video-ish, okay? I got done with my work a little bit early. It's a Friday at 4:58 in the PM. And first of all, bitch, let's talk about this heat outside right quick before we get into what I like to call the meat and potatoes of the motherfucking video, okay? Bitch, this motherfucking heat is all kinds of illegal. Let me tell you that right here, right now. I went outside. Okay, let me backtrack a little bit. Went to Walmart a couple of days ago and bought, a couple of cases of water because, bitch, I drink so much water. It is ridiculous, okay? I go through probably 3 cases of water a week, give or take. 2 or 3 cases, yes, of that 32 pack, not the 24, the 32 pack of water. Yeah, I go through a whole lot of water every week. So I left a case of water in my car, so I had to go outside and, get the water out of my car or whatever. Bitch, my car is literally a few feet away from my front door. Bitch, tell me why. I went outside to get this case of water out of my car, and bitch, I had to come back in the house and take a shower. I'm not even fucking bitch. Okay, ladies, fellas, you probably can't. Well, then again, fellas, you probably can relate to what I'm about to say. But ladies, tell me, okay? Now I know we all grown, okay? We all adults. If you're a child, just cover your ears or something. But bitch, tell me something, ladies, especially if you got a little, a little weight on your chest and shit, bitch. Tell me why it be like a fucking gallon of water developing underneath your motherfucking titties and shit. And I don't know about you, but I'm not one of them motherfuckers who can just walk around with some sweaty titties and shit, goddamn, underneath your titties smelling like a sewer pipe. Baby boom. And fellas, y'all, don't sit there and laugh, fellas. Y'all know the underneath y'all nuts be musty too. But we gonna move on and get into this video. But bitch, let me tell y'all something. Y'all need to get ready and stay ready. Because bitch, when I tell you the Bible speaks of this shit, it says it will not be water but fire next time. He just preparing us for the fucking fire, baby. Let me tell you that right here, right now. Because we all know every year is the proven fact that the sun is getting closer and closer to the motherfucking earth. One day this shit just gonna catch on fire, just flame up. I'm surprised that shit ain't caught on fire. Well, hell, up in California and different places like that, the shit do be catching on fire. They be having those forest fires and shit. I'm in Alabama, so we ain't got no goddamn forest and shit where we just got forest and stuff catching on fire. But just imagine how hot it is right now, and every year the sun is getting closer and closer to the earth. Bitch, we are eventually going to burn the fuck up. I mean, it's inevitable. It's too fucking hot outside. Do an experiment, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who have jobs, outside jobs and shit, do an experiment. What I want y'all to do, one day when you go to work, just get you a pack of Nabisco or some cookies or something. Get you a cookie sheet and put your cookies on there and just do an experiment. Put it in the dashboard of your car. Go in to work. Get off. You do your 8-hour shift. Come out. I bet you have a dozen cookies that are hot and fucking ready and bubbling on your damn dashboard. And bitches probably gonna be buoyant by the time you get out of work. But I'm just saying, bitch, we need to pray. Because, bitch, it is hot as fuck outside. But let's go ahead and get us some meat and potatoes of this goddamn video. As you can see from the title, we are going to be discussing LA hair. Hopefully you guys are watching LA hair. If you're not, I don't know why you aren't. I love LA hair because it is just, I love the, number one, I love to see the different hairstyles and things that they do. And low key, a lot of them don't be all that for real, for real. I just like the drama that goes on the show. I like Kim Kimball. I just love the show. So hopefully you guys are watching it. That way we can talk about it and things, and videos and stuff that's coming up, in the future or whatever. I will say I won't be doing separate videos for the reviews of LA hair. I'll just include them in, videos like this where I'm just talking about a whole lot of other things, and I'll go ahead and talk about the show that way, okay? But let's go ahead and talk, because I do have my notes here in front of me, because y'all know a bitch will go in a rabbit hole and we'll be here for 2 hours talking about nothing. I ain't even talked about none of what the fuck I'm supposed to be talking about. So in order to stay on track, I do have me some sticky notes up on my computer so I can stay on track. Okay, so the show came on and China's there, Terry's there, and Anthony is there, and they're sitting around in the in the shop or whatever, just talking or whatever, and just China got this new little bob wig situation going on. Y'all remember last season, she had the short, platinum blonde hair going on, the fade or whatever going on. Now she has like this bob wig on, and I think it's really, really cute on her. So her, Terry, and Anthony are sitting there chit-chatting, but Dante is fucking missing in action, okay? Everybody's like, where's Dante? Dante ain't nowhere to be found. Of course, we all know that Dante, I love Dante, but Dante be smelling itself sometimes. So Dante is nowhere to be found. Then all of a sudden Kim walks in and she tells them that, you know, she got an opportunity for them to showcase their work at LA Fashion Week. And she's going to be bringing in some models for them to practice some hairstyles on. And, you know, because she said some shit about some kind of chic hairstyles that she wanted. Bitch, some of that shit that they was putting on them people, or high fashion or something. I don't, you know, I used to watch Project Runway and shit back in the day when they be talking about high fashion and shit. That shit looks crazy to me. I'm just going to be 100% honest with you. I'm not really hip on when they say high fashion or something like that. I'm just like, I wasn't feeling none of them fucking hairstyles that they did. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. But she tells them that, you know, she's going to bring in some models and stuff for them to do some hairstyles. She can see, you know, where they minds at and things for this upcoming fashion week, okay? So, and she also tells them that she has a job to go and do. She's going to be doing Mary J. Blige's hair for a video shoot. And bitch, I cannot fucking wait until the new season of Empire starts. Of course, we already know that shit is going to be hot like fire. But I am so excited to hear that Mary J. Blige will be making a debut on Empire. And there's another person who's supposed to be making a debut that I'm excited about. Is it Kelly Rowland? Who the fuck is it? I forgot. It's some other big name person who's supposed to be making a debut on Empire, and I'm stupid excited for that. When I first started watching Empire, bitch, we're gonna go on a rabbit hole for a second, I know. But when I first started watching Empire, I could not get into that shit. But as time progressed and I watched the second episode, and I was like, bitch, this shit is delicious. Now, one show that I have not gotten into yet is Power, and everybody say that Power is way better than Empire. So one day I'm gonna have to sit down and actually watch, you know, Power to see if I can get into it like I got into Empire. Alright, so Kim tells them that she's going to the Mary J. Blige video shoot or whatever, and she's going to do some work with Mary J. Blige, okay? And then it fast forwards to Angela meeting up with Lisa. If you guys don't remember who Angela is, Angela used to work in the shop. You know, she was this person who didn't get along with damn near nobody. The only person she really got along with was Dante, and I think she got into it with everybody else. I think she got along with Dante and Terry. But she got into it with China. She got into it with Naja. She got into it with Anthony. She just didn't get along with nobody. So, of course, she is no longer working at the Kim Kimball Studios. She is doing her own little thug sizzle. But she decided to meet up with Lisa. If y'all don't remember who Lisa is the chick that came in when Angela was not there. Lisa, the chick that came in that got into a fight with Naja. She also got into a fight with Anthony on the fucking show. And of course she is no longer there. But they're meeting up because Angela, you know, once Lisa left the shop, Angela decided that she wanted to, you know, start this new business venture or whatever with Lisa. But she thinking Lisa coming to meet her at this coffee shop or wherever the fuck they meeting up to discuss business. But Lisa came there to kind of, you know, sort of check her ass, because when Lisa first came to the, you know, shop or whatever, Angela was sitting there kikiing with Naja, just talking shit about the girl, you know, because of course Naja was throwing all kind of shade. She always threw shade. But Angela sitting there like, you know, because Naja was like, she kind of looked like a man to me. And Angela was like, she kind of do look like she, you know, could pass for a man. So Lisa was like, I feel some type of way that you decided that you're going to come to me and tell me what the fuck Naja said, but you're not going to come tell me what the fuck you said. And I found out that you said some shit about me as well. That's one thing I don't like about bitches, okay? Let me tell you something, ladies. Yeah, I got to slang my fucking hair. Let me tell you something, ladies. Whenever you got a chick who come to you and who can tell you everything that the next bitch said, what you need to say to her, okay, since you can tell me everything that she said, please explain to me why she felt so comfortable saying that shit to you. So now you need to tell me what the fuck you said about me as well. That's why, to be honest with you, I ain't got a whole lot of female friends. Females can be shady as fuck, okay? Not saying all females, but I'm just saying some females can be real fucking shady. They can always come to you and tell you what the next bitch said, but 9 times out of 9, okay, if a bitch come to you and tell you what the next bitch said, what you need to tell them, okay, what did you say to defend me, or what the fuck did you say about me too? Because if they feel so comfortable saying it to you, bitch, you said something about me as well. Yeah. That's it, and that's all. Y'all need to remember that shit right there. So I really do appreciate Lisa for checking her ass on that. And of course, Angela gonna sit there and be like, well, I didn't say anything about you. She was like, yes, you did. Bitch, you did say something about me. Well, so why you gonna come to tell me what the fuck Naja said, but you're not gonna come and tell me what the fuck you said? Shady as fuck. And that's one reason, like I said, I don't see it being a good idea for Angela to work with Lisa, but I do appreciate the fact that Lisa did check her ass like that, okay? And then it fast forwards, we're back at the shop now, and the models come in, and, you know, they're starting to, you know, do the hairstyles and things on the models, and then it goes back to Lisa and fucking Angela. And Lisa's basically telling her that, you know, she don't know if it's a good idea if they work together because, you know, it was kind of shady, the shit that she was talking, you know, talking shit about her to Naja. But you're going to come and tell me what the fuck Naja said, but you're not going to tell me what you said. Then Angela, you know, says, okay, well, you don't have to do the little interview shit or whatever afterwards where they talking to the camera or whatever. She's saying how basically if Lisa can't get over that and accept her apology, then maybe they don't need to be working together, which, bitch, come on. I don't see that working out at all. I understand sometimes, you know, when you in you know, LA and working in these Hollywood and all these fancy places, sometimes you got to develop connections, and Lisa know a lot of, you know, big name people, and I don't know if Angela know big name people, but shit, bitch, it ain't you know, it ain't what you know, it's who you know. So I guess she's just trying to get in on that end and get some clientele in her shop, and that way, you know, I mean, she basically want to eat off this damn gum. I'm just going to tell you the truth. I mean, she want to work with because that girl knows some people that know some people that know some people. But I really don't think that is a good idea for Angela and Lisa to be working together. But hey, we gonna keep watching the rest of this season to see if they do whatever the fuck they gonna do. But I think that's a little bit shady. Okay. So this Jonathan dude, and to be honest with you, I don't know who the fuck this dude is. He says he's a big time hairstylist up there in Hollywood or wherever the fuck they at. And he does a lot of people like Brad Pitt and Madonna and a whole lot of other people. But of course, I don't know who the fuck he is because, I mean, not to be funny, but he's, you know, he's a Caucasian hairstylist and he does a lot of Caucasian people. I mean, naturally. So he comes in there. He was just gonna fucking waltz his ass in there talking about, oh, I'm Jonathan this and I'm Jonathan that, just walking straight past the receptionist. Didn't even fucking acknowledge her motherfucking ass. She's like, excuse me, you need to stop at the receptionist desk and you need to sign in. He's like, bitch, I'm Jonathan such and such. I haven't been here before. I said, bitch, I belongs on the floor. Okay, but you belongs to stop your ass at this goddamn receptionist desk until I escort you into the salon. Okay, but of course, he basically tells her mind her fucking business, basically, in you know, in a nutshell. And he goes in there and he's looking for Kim and all this stuff. And Anthony goes back and he gets what the fuck is her fucking name? Lord have mercy. How the fuck did I forget her fucking name? Leah. He goes back and he gets Kim's sister Leah. He brings her out there and tells her this dude is there. And Leah comes out and he gives Leah this fucking envelope or whatever to give to Kim for when she comes back. And don't nobody know what the fuck's going on in this envelope. This envelope is a big old fucking mystery, okay? So, then it goes, flashes to Kim. She's over there with Mary J. Blige, showing Mary J. Blige a bunch of different hairstyles and shit. And they pick out this bomb-ass fucking hairstyle. I'm gonna tell y'all something. If y'all watch that episode, that fucking hairstyle that Kim Campbell did on Mary J. Blige was the fucking business. That was a beautiful, beautiful ass style. I love how the little situation was going. It was fucking all. I thought that was super duper sexy. So I really enjoyed and loved that style that she did on Mary J. Blige. It was thebomb.com. So, now we're going to go back to the salon. And this bitch named Goshay coming. I'm like, Goshay? Now, first of all, I'm not ragging on nobody's name, okay? I ain't ragging on nobody's name at all. But what the fuck kind of name is Goshay? Somebody explain that to me. Lucy, you have to explain it to do. What the fuck kind of name is Goshay? So this chick named Goshay, she comes up in there. If y'all don't remember from last season, Goshay is the chick from when they went to Atlanta to, you know, do a couple of little situations. Because, of course, as you all know, Kim is planning on opening up this studio in Atlanta. And she's trying to find her new manager situation. So she invited Goshay up to L.A. Bitch, did I say Hollywood earlier? Bitch, it's LA hair. When she invited Goshay up to LA to do like a little training session to see if, you know, she's gonna be the next manager of the manager of the studio that is going to be in Atlanta. But of course, Terry wants this position. And if you guys remember from last season, Terry and Goshay did not get along. So of course, when she comes walking up in the fucking studio, Terry's like, what the fuck is this bitch doing in here? Bitch, what are you doing here? Okay, so of course he's feeling some type of way. And she's giving instant attitude, kind of like Lisa did when, if you guys remember last season, when Lisa first came in there, this fucking bitch just came in there with all kinds of attitude. Just came in there with her shit throwing her shit all on somebody else's station, basically saying, well, this is my station now. And that's one of the reasons why her and Anthony got into it. I just, I understand it's for television, but bitch, you on a 10 right now. Bring that shit down to a 5, okay? You the new nigga. So you need to come in this motherfucker like you the new motherfucker and, work your way on up. But of course, like I said, I understand that it's for TV. But Goshay, she seems to be a little bit cool, but she, she got a little bit of a toot, okay? But we gonna, we gonna fill her out later on in this season, okay? So of course, like I said, Goshay comes in there and she's this new chick that Kim is supposed to be training. All right. Then Kim's get back to the studio and she opens this mystery envelope and there's still no Dante. Now, if you guys want to know what was in this envelope, we're going to talk about that later on. I don't know why the fuck they would show. Of course, it was for television because they know people wanted to continue to watch it because they made it hyped up like, ooh, no, he didn't. He got some nerve. And I'm thinking it's some motherfucking naked pictures of some shit, bitch. But, of course, it wasn't. And when she gets back, like I said, from the Mary J. Blige situation, there's still no Dante, which that had to be a long fucking time. She went to this fucking video shoot, did Mary J. Blige hair, was there for the whole video shoot, and come back and nigga, you still ain't there? So that had to be a long, drawn out scene right there. But yeah, that's what happened. Then she evaluates the models, and she didn't like not nail one of them hairstyles, and they all looked fucked up to me. I mean, not fucked up to the point where, damn bitch, you look a hot, shitty ass fucking mess. But this shit looked basic as fuck to me. But what tripped me out was the fact that she was in love, kind of sort of, with Goshay's hairstyle, which I honestly think that Goshay's was the worst one up there. But she was in love with Goshay's hairstyle. But like I said, I don't know a whole lot about this fucking, vintage or upscale or high fashion shit that they be talking about. So maybe what the fuck Goshay was presenting to her was high fashion, and I just didn't fucking recognize it. But she liked Goshay's hairstyle. And of course, Terry was sitting there like, he felt some type of way because basically Goshay's still in his shine now, and he, did a fucked up hairstyle in Kim Kimball's eyes. So next thing you know, Dante shows his motherfucking ass up, just walks is in there, and everybody's like, nigga, where the fuck you been? And he's like, y'all know where I've been, just basically just acting all high and fucking mighty. And I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit of something. I'm gonna go in a fucking rabbit hole, okay? I used to work at this company where I was a team leader, and I used to hang out with this girl from time to time outside of work. And it seemed like when we got to work, she felt like she could do what the fuck she wanted to do because we were kind of like, I ain't gonna say homegirls, we was kind of acquaintances outside of work. So she felt like when we was at work, even though I was her supervisor, I couldn't necessarily tell her anything to do because we were friends. You know how you got people that are like that. So, that of course, that friendship ended abruptly because, we at fucking work. When we outside of work, we cool. But I'm not finna show you no type of favoritism or nothing like that at work. And I feel like Dante is kind of taking advantage of the situation because he knows that Kim knows that he's a great stylist. She even said it herself that he's one of her best stylists, and he feels like that he is just the shit. And ain't nothing gonna be done to him because we know even in last season Dante did a whole lot of fucked up ass shit the way he should have been gone. But like I said, he took advantage of the situation because he knew that he's a great stylist and he felt like Kim just had to have him. But motherfucker, do you know how many people would kill to fucking work in Kim Kimball Studios? People who are bomb ass fucking hairstylists. So Kim basically tells him she's tired of the fucking bullshit. She's tired of him feeling like he can do what the fuck he want to do, when and how the fuck he want to do it. So she basically tells him, nigga, you are fucking fired. Okay? You're fired. And of course he's saying, what you mean I'm fired? With this old stupid ass bullshit. And she's like, you are fired. He was like, well, what you gonna do if I show up tomorrow? She was like, well, I'm gonna call the police. I'm gonna call the police department on you. So he's still thinking she's fucking playing. And then next thing you know, he just gets up and he's like, well, it's never over for me. So he's basically still probably thinking to himself that Kim is fucking joking. But, and she probably the fuck is, we probably gonna see Dante tomorrow or, next week on next week's episode. We probably are. But, she walked off from him and, she hadn't done that before. So he got up and he left because he's fucking fired. But like I said, we're gonna see where he stands in the upcoming episodes because I'm pretty sure, like he said, it's never over for me. So I'm pretty sure he's probably going to sit down, he's going to have a conversation with Kim, and he's going to come back because Dante is a good stylist, and I feel like he is a great addition to the show, but he really does need to stop feeling like he is above and beyond and he just does shit and he can feel like he can do what the fuck he want to do and he ain't got to, abide by the fucking rules. It don't work like that. So Jonathan comes back, and now we know what the fuck is in this envelope. The envelope has a picture Kim Kimball Studios and Jonathan Anton, whatever the fuck his name is, basically is both of their names on a salon. So basically he's presenting her with an offer that he wants to work with her, and she's liking the idea. She's loving the idea. So Leah feels some type of way because she feels, she feels like Kim doesn't keep her in the loop on a lot of situations. She done brought Goshay up here, and Leah didn't know anything about it. Now this Jonathan dude is all in there, and he's talking about he want to do business with her, and Leah feels some type of way about that because, nigga, I'm supposed to be your manager, and you not telling me anything. What the fuck is my purpose then? I understand where she coming from, but sometimes Leah just get a little too antsy. But I totally understand where she coming from. If you want me to manage some things, I should have known that this Goshay girl was coming up here. She shouldn't have just popped up in the shop and somebody had to come and tell me, oh, this new girl is here that's finna work. And me being the manager, I should have knew that before anybody knew that. But, it is what it is. But we're going to flash forward to next week's episode. And I don't know if you guys paid attention, but Naja will be back on next week's episode. If you guys don't remember who Naja is the chick who was doing the nails. I love Naja. She was a little, she was a little feisty, but I absolutely loved her last season. And of course, she got into a couple of, tussles with a couple of people. She's a big girl and she do not fucking play. And I absolutely adore Naja. But we're going to go ahead and purge what the fuck is on this camera because y'all know I'm too trifling to go and get me another SD card, girl. And we're going to continue clocking to see what the motherfucking T needs to be clocked. We'll be back in 5, 4, 3, 2, and... Alright, family, so we are back. Now, the next thing that we are going to talk about, y'all, these folks over there acting a fool over this Bobbi Kristina funeral situation. Lord, I knew it was coming. I knew the shit was coming. I knew it was coming. But let me go ahead because I want to give y'all the full story just in case you guys have not heard about it. So, of course, I'm going to be reading. I'm trying to do it kind of fast. But we got a girl, y'all just going to have to listen, okay? Y'all know how we do. So, y'all just going to have to listen, okay? So, it says, Bobbi Kristina Brown's cousin, singer Donnie Warwick, may boycott Bobbi's August 1st funeral, which is tomorrow, because she's furious over the frivolous Sweet 16 theme reportedly being planned for the service. Yes, you've heard that. Sweet 16 theme. Okay. Sources said Dion is upset at Pat Houston, who's planning a Sweet 16 themed funeral for Bobbi Kristina because the deceased daughter of Whitney Houston never had a Sweet 16 birthday party. Dionne Warwick is the niece of Whitney Houston's mom, Sissy Houston. So Dion is threatening not to attend the funeral because Pat Houston is taking over, even though she should be making decisions with Bobby Brown and not doing it on her own. Or so a source told the Daily Mail July the 30th. Pat wants to have a Sweet 16 themed funeral, but Dion feels that's stupid and disrespectful to Bobbi Kristina. Now, we all know that Dionne Warwick don't fucking play and she don't mind speaking her mind, so I can believe that she said that shit. So, it says Bobbi Kristina's funeral will take place at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, August the 1st, at St. James United Methodist Church in Alpharetta, Georgia. Then Bobbi Kristina will be buried August 3rd at the Fairview Cemetery in Westfield, New Jersey. After the funeral, Bobbi Kristina's body will be flown from Georgia to New Jersey on Tyler Perry's private jet. Bobbi Kristina will be buried in New Jersey next to her late mother, Whitney Houston, who died in 2012. Okay, let little girl. Well, first of all, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna clock some tea on this. Then we're gonna keep on going on the rest of the story, okay? Because I don't want to get sidetracked. First and foremost, why the fuck? Now, I understand sometimes parents be going through a little bit of something when they lose a child. So maybe Bobby Brown really don't want to, be too involved in it because it's too hurtful for him. I don't know. But I feel like, honestly, that motherfucking Pat Houston, I feel like that Pat Houston is a motherfucking, I'm not going to call out of a name because I don't know it like that. But I can say that I think that Pat Houston is a motherfucking green-eyed snake. Let me just say that right there. I feel like that motherfucker is a green-eyed snake. And I feel like she is a motherfucker who is kind of a little bit money home. I'm not saying that she didn't love Bobbi Kristina or Whitney Houston. I'm not even saying that. But I'm saying that I think Pat Houston is an opportunist. And I think she does a lot of stupid ass shit. Because if we all remember, Pat Houston is the one who pushed Bobbi Kristina up to do this fucking reality TV show months after her mother passed. The girl hadn't even had a chance to mourn her father. Mourn her mother. Bitch, I remember the reason why I said father was because I finna go into the situation with my daddy. But, bitch, it took me forever and a day to kind of even sort of get over the fact that my daddy's gone, okay? So, I can only imagine what that child is going through losing her mother. I mean, I can't even imagine it. And for Pat Houston to talk this child into doing a reality show 2 months after a mother died, that was stupid as fuck. And I feel like it was a bad move on Pat Houston's part. And I feel like Pat Houston just wanted an extra check coming to her fucking house. I understand that she's running a nippy company. I get it. But hey, a dollar is a fucking dollar. That's the way I feel. And I know it's gonna get real ugly when shit, you know, really comes to fruition. They're gonna try to figure out who finna get this inheritance money. But my thing is this. Miss Pat Houston, why in the fuck are you planning a Sweet 16 themed birthday party? And I know some people like they can do whatever the fuck they want, but let me tell you something. Bobbi Kristina was 22 years old. Okay, if she didn't have a Sweet 16 party, she's 22 now. I think it's very dumb to have a Sweet 16 themed funeral. I think it's just dumb. I think they should have of course, it's not my business, of course. I'm just speaking what the fuck I feel on the situation. But you should have a homegoing service for the young, not no fucking Sweet 16. What is the purpose of that? I feel like it's very silly to do something like that. So I'm with Dionne Warwick on that situation. I feel like it is dumb and I feel like it is stupid. And I feel like Bobby Brown should at least be somewhat involved with the decision making as far as what happens to Bobbi Kristina and how she gets put to rest. But of course I'm pretty sure it got a whole lot to do with the money situation. But now we finna get on why I said I'm pretty sure it got a whole lot to do with the money situation. Okay, so Tyler Perry has agreed to pay for the funeral to stop the family from bickering. So the family is sitting around arguing about probably money, who gonna do this, who gonna pay for this. And so Tyler Perry said, you know what, to put a stop to this shit, I'm gonna pay for it. I pay for all this because ain't nobody got time for the Browns over here to be arguing, for the Houstons to be over here arguing, or the Houston to be arguing with the Houstons, or the Browns to be arguing with the Browns. Ain't nobody got time for this shit. So I'm going to pay for the funeral. I'm going to let them fly Bobbi Kristina from Georgia to New Jersey on my private jet. And that's how we're going to do this in order to, you know, keep y'all from fighting. So it says, insiders say Perry offered to pay for the funeral in order to keep the peace between the Brown and the Houston families, who have been feuding over the deathbed photo leak of Bobbi Kristina and over Bobby's $20 million inheritance. Yes, they're arguing over, of course, who the fuck leaked this girl's photo and who the fuck finna get this $20 million. Okay, of course, that's what the fuck they fighting over. So Dionne resents Pat acting like she is the head of the Houston family when in reality she married into the family, said an insider. Also, everyone knows that Bobbi Kristina and Pat didn't get along well after her mother died because she was trying to run her life and tell her what to do with the money she inherited, because she probably wanted some of it. And I'm pretty sure a lot of it had to do with the fact that she was probably spending a lot of frivolous money on unnecessary shit like drugs, and she probably, you know, had something to say about that, which I think is okay to try to steer the girl on the right path. But Pat probably kind of wanted a little bit of that fucking money, to be honest with you. Now that Bobbi Kristina is dead, the focus has shifted to a homicide investigation centering on her boyfriend, Nick Gordon. In June, Bobbi Kristina's conservator filed a $10 million lawsuit against Gordon, claiming he beat and robbed Bobbi Kristina. So it says Bobbi Kristina's family claims Nick punched her in the throat and face, then choked her and threw her against the wall. Sources say Gordon knocked out Bobbi Kristina's front tooth shortly before she was face down in the bathtub in January. I told y'all about that in a video before, that it was rumored that he had done that. Whether or not it's true or not, I don't know, but that's what everybody is saying. They said she's missing a tooth. It says Bobbi Kristina died July 26th, 4 weeks after being placed in hospice care. Family members read a verse from Psalm 23 in the Bible. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. During Brown's last moments, the group chanted the word hallelujah as Bobbi Kristina drew her last breath. Hallelujah. Ooh, Lord Jesus. Ooh. Like I said, I don't know how true this is. I don't know how true this is. I don't know how not true it is. I'm just reading you what the fuck is on this situation right here. But bitch, let me tell y'all what else is going on. So, apparently there has been emails that Nick Gordon has been sending to Bobby Brown, basically begging Bobby Brown to allow him to attend the funeral of Bobbi Kristina. Even though we all know that Nick Gordon was Bobbi Kristina's boyfriend. He wasn't her husband. And Nick Gordon's basically saying that he loved Chrissy with all his heart, and Chrissy would have wanted him to be there. He wants to come to the funeral to be able to say goodbye to her. And we all know, number one, motherfucker, they already think that you had something to do with this girl being dead. So, motherfucker, you want to go to the funeral. Now, what I'm hoping that he don't fuck around and do is show up at this funeral and get his motherfucking skull cracked. Because I already know if I'm at a family member's funeral, just say I'm at my, my brother's funeral or something, and his girlfriend show up who the family is suspecting that has something to do with his death or something. You know what I'm saying? Or you at your uncle's funeral and he dead and somebody lied, and somebody, well, I ain't gonna say lied, somebody, said that his wife is the one who put the shit in his applesauce or whatever and the reason why he dead or something. You know what I'm saying? You gonna fuck around and get your motherfucking kitchen split. So I'm hoping that this nigga don't try to just show up and it be a whole big scene at this girl's funeral, okay? I'm hoping that doesn't happen, but apparently he sent Bobby Brown emails basically telling him that he needs to say goodbye to Chrissy and all this stuff because he loves her and all this stuff. But I'm going to read you a little bit of this excerpt. It says, Nick Gordon has reportedly begged Bobby Brown for an invite to Bobbi Kristina's funeral in an emotional email. Whitney's daughter died on Sunday after 6 months in a coma, and Bobbi Kristina's boyfriend, Nick Gordon, has been declared a person of interest by the police. So, it says that in the message to Bobby Brown, seen by entertainment website TMZ, Gordon said, I love Chrissy with all of my heart, and I am destroyed that she is gone and I need to say goodbye. Copying in Bobbi Kristina's aunt, Pat Houston, who is organizing the funeral on Saturday. Gordon continues, I'm begging you both to please put your differences aside and allow me this chance. Chrissy loved me very much and she will want me to be there. First of all, it said prosecutors want to charge Gordon with involuntary manslaughter over the claims he tried to buy Bobbi Kristina drugs on the day she almost drowned in the bath. So prosecutors are reportedly speaking to Max Lomas, who was at Bobbi Kristina's home that day, and is currently facing charges of 2 drug-related crimes not connected to her death. So, basically, Nick Gordon's basically begging Pat Houston and Bobby Brown in order to let him come to the funeral and be able to say his last goodbyes to Bobbi Kristina because, he said Bobbi Kristina loved him and he loved her and he needs to be able to say goodbye. But, from my understanding, they did autopsies on Bobbi Kristina and they can't find any, foul play that was involved in her death other than, her drowning, basically. But what they're trying to charge him with is involuntary manslaughter because he tried to buy her drugs on the day that she drowned. I don't know how they will be able to do that. I don't know, but that is what they're trying to do. But of course, we're going to continue to follow this story. But what I want to hear from y'all, do you think they should allow Nick Gordon to attend Bobbi Kristina's funeral? Do you guys think that he should be allowed to attend the funeral? I don't think that he should. I think that he should just, once they bury Bobbi Kristina, after all that, maybe he can go to the gravesite later or something. I don't know, but you need to stay far, far away from that church, okay, in Alpharetta, Georgia, if you don't want your motherfucking kitchen split. I'm telling you, because our family can get real crazy when they're dealing with the death of a person. I'm already going through a whole lot of emotions, and I feel like you the reason why my family member not here no more. Oh, bitch, all I'm gonna see is motherfucking red, okay? And bitch, it's gonna be a KO for your ass. I'm sorry, bitch. You feel no pain when you are heated, mad and shit, bitch. I will come at you just fucking throwing blows, bitch. You could be hitting me in my face with a goddamn piece of iron, bitch. I ain't feeling shit when you seeing red. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna move on. Damn, bitch, I didn't even mute my fucking phone. Why somebody try to call me? So let me go ahead and do that while I'm thinking about it, girl. Okay, I had to put that on vibrate. Alright, so that is all we're gonna talk about right now for the Bobbi Kristina situation. Now we're gonna move on to something else. I shared this on my like page. For those of you that have not liked my Facebook like page just yet, I need you to head over to Facebook. The link will be down in the description box below. I no longer have the other Facebook page. If you guys want to, follow me on social media, I will put the new like page link down in the description box. But I shared this on that like page. There has been some folk who has placed Confederate flags, okay, at the Ebenezer Baptist Church in Georgia. Okay, we all know what Ebenezer Baptist Church is. That's where Martin Luther King was baptized. He was ordained as a minister, and that's where they held his funeral at in 1968. Okay, so there has been 4 Confederate flags found lying on the church's property. It happened around 11:30 a.m. They said the police said that it was 2 white men who were caught on surveillance near the front entrance of the sanctuary. It shows them placing flags on the grounds where they discovered the maintenance workers that were discovered by the maintenance workers Thursday morning. It said as soon as church leaders found out, they immediately contacted the police. Now, I've talked about this several times about this goddamn Confederate flag. My thing is this, people constantly there, folks are still fighting about the removal of this Confederate flag and over the controversy of its meaning. My thing is this, if your Confederate flag is a symbol of heritage and not hate, please explain to me why you are putting it in front of the grounds of a predominantly black church, Ebenezer Baptist Church, the church where the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. Is associated with. Why are you putting your flag? That's just like you going and putting your Confederate flag on the lawns of your black neighbors, okay? But it ain't got nothing to do with hate, but it just got everything to do with your heritage. Please explain that to me, okay? That's why I said these fucking people are going to allow this fucking flag to get a lot of people's heads blown the fuck off. Okay, it's going to cause a whole lot of show enough violence. It's already folks out there beating folks up because they flying around and they riding around in their neighborhoods with these fucking Confederate flags flying on the back of their trucks. Just basically taunting people. Okay, that's basically what they're fucking doing. So I want to know what y'all think about these folks putting these fucking flags down at Ebenezer Baptist Church near the King Center yesterday. Tell me what you think about that down in the comment section below. And now the last thing that we're going to talk about. And bitch, this is going to be less than fucking 2 minutes what we're going to spend on this motherfucking food right here. The infamous George Zimmerman says that he is homeless and he is suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. What the fuck is that? Just some crickets. Who the fuck cares, motherfucker? Okay, who the fuck cares that you're homeless and you're suffering from PTSD? Who the fuck cares, motherfucker? So he lives every day in fear for his life over the fact that he defended himself against Trayvon Martin. Mr. George Zimmerman, who the fuck cares that you're homeless, bitch? Nobody, okay? You can fucking roll over and die as far as I'm fucking concerned. And I know you shouldn't say that about anybody. My thing is this. For a motherfucker like this, who basically is still saying, because the person who was interviewing him, they asked him if he would take things back, would he do it? He said no. Because he feels like if he hadn't done what he done, he wouldn't be here today. He said because Trayvon Martin kept hitting his head on the ground. Motherfucker, if you come up to me, I don't know who the fuck you are. You talking about you the neighborhood white motherfucker. I don't know who the fuck you are. You ain't got no identification, no nothing. And you gonna sit there and basically come trying to fuck with me? Motherfucker, you could be a goddamn Chelsea molester, anything. You damn right I'm gonna whoop your ass. What it was, you was getting your motherfucking ass whooped. So you felt like you just had to pull out your gun and shoot. That's what the fuck you did. You murdered this boy. So you getting what the fuck you deserve. You gonna eventually get your motherfucking skull cracked. Okay, because you do the stupidest shit. We stay seeing you in the fucking news doing some stupid ass shit. Okay, you stay fucking with somebody. You are crazy. You should have been behind bars then. Okay, you continue to do stupid ass shit and you continue to get off for it. Karma is a big fat funky ass bitch. I've said that multiple times in our videos. Karma, she's a big fat stinking ass bitch. And when I tell you, when it's time for her to collect her dues, it might be a year, it might be 2 years, it might be 5 years, it might be 10. But she gonna come to collect her dues. And when I tell you she coming, she's so funky. She's a big fat funky motherfucker. And when she coming with a vengeance. Okay, and you gonna know what the fuck she there for, because you gonna realize and remember all the fucked up shit that you did in your past. You'll be like, damn, this bitch came to collect. Yes, she coming to collect, but fuck George Zimmerman. That's really all I'm gonna fucking give him on this here particular day. And real quick, we're gonna go into Big Brother before I go ahead and end this fucking video. Bitch, did y'all watch Big Brother on yesterday, girl? I'm so fucking pissed off. They done fucking evicted my boy Jason. Okay, they evicted Jason off of the show, and now the two twins are in the house and they so fucking dumb. Austin so fucking gullible. Shelly and Clay are fucking running the house. They just fucking stupid. Okay, ain't nobody in there right now that I wish went except what is his name? The Asian guy. I wish he win. Okay, he seems pretty cool. Or the girl from Amazing Race. Otherwise, or Becky or Meg. Okay, one of them. I would hope one of them win. But the other ones, fuck them. They stupid. Okay, and my thing is, why the fuck would you bring the twins in the house? I'm not saying that'll give a, that'll be a bigger target in the house. You had to eventually get one of those people out of the house. And my thing is this: Austin basically told everybody, look, bitch, I will risk my life in the game for Liz, so me and Liz can go to the jury house together, and so we can, fuck in the jury house, because ain't gonna be nobody in the jury house but me and her. And Liz and I already said, nigga, I don't even like this dude. But of course, they were supposed to evict. He was supposed to be the backdoor plan last week, but of course they, he basically talked his way out of it, and they backdoored my boy Jason. He's the one who ended up getting evicted. And of course Liz doesn't want him to leave because she's got him, he's her fucking puppet master. She's got him in the palm of her fucking hand. Why would she want him to go home when she can basically tell him to jump, and he'll ask her, how do you want me to jump? Fuck Big Brother. I'm gonna keep watching that shit though. I know y'all probably like, bitch, you keep complaining about your, but you keep watching. Bitch, that shit just stupid. I'm just excited to see who the fuck gonna win. I ain't really, into it like that, into it. I'm glad Ellie Harris back on. They need to hurl with Walking Dead and Empire. That's what they need to come on back with, because they're my motherfucking shows, and just they pissing me off with this Big Brother shit. But that's going to be the end of this video, family. Do not forget to head over to Facebook and like the page. The link is down in the description box below. Also, be sure to leave me a comment underneath this video and give this video a thumbs up. And if you're new here, girl, welcome to the family, girl. What you need to do, you need to hit that subscribe button right here, the right motherfucking now with bullshit, okay? And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, family.